Welcome to the pH part of the demonstration. This is where we actually explain to you and show you the pH values of each of these beverages here. We have tap water, Volvic, Evian, Smart Water, Highland Spring and Sprite, and of course we will be testing the TYENT. What I've got here is a chart, and basically this chart collates to the drops that we're going to use, and it color codes. So for example, if it's a deep red, it's number 1, and if it's a dark purple, it's 14. We're going to be testing these, but normally the range is anywhere from 2 to kind of 12, right? So first of all, we're going to have a test on tap water. Now, of course, we know that by adding a few drops of the pH reagent to the tap water, you can see it goes green. And then we look at the chart and we know that tap water is normally almost neutral, okay? And if we look at the Volvic, now, by looking at the Volvic, it's slightly less than the tap water. You can see it's a lighter green, so that fares up at about a 6, 6.5, somewhere there. Then when we test Evian, that's quite green, so we know that's kind of a 7. Now, I don't know how many of you drink Smart Water, okay? But let's have a quick look at this one here and see where that one comes in. Now you can see straight away it's a different kind of a green. It's more yellowy, so that's kind of between a 5 and a 6 on the pH scale. For those of you that like to drink carbonated water, this is the Highland Spring version. Adding a few drops of that into here, let's have a quick look. You can actually see that this one is actually quite, in fact, very acidic, and it fares up at about number 4 on the pH scale. So again, on the acid side, okay? When you test the Sprite, anybody want to have a guess what color this goes? Let's add a few drops and see. Now you can see that's actually a deeper red, and so it goes quite red, and it's kind of like a 3, maybe between 2 and 3 on the pH scale, meaning it is very, very acidic. So, of course, as we explained in the previous slides, you know, we want to be on the more alkaline side. We want to be drinking alkaline water, eating alkaline foods to bring our body out of the acidity and into the alkaline side, okay? So an alkaline diet is very good for that, and alkaline water is also very good for that. Let's take a sample of the TYENT Alkaline 3. I'm going to take the same amount as the others, just so it's a fair test and a fair comparison. So we're going to take the Alkaline 3, and again, using the chart, we're going to see where that fares up, okay? So let's just see here. Okay, let's stop that there. I'm going to need another glass, I'm just going to fill that one up, but while that's filling up, let's just add the few drops in here. There we go, and you can actually see how beautiful and purple that is, and that's indicating an alkaline level of between 9 and 10, okay? Now, the great thing about what we do is we are able to do more and more research as the days go on, and test how different beverages react to when you drink alkaline water compared to when you drink acid water. And what we found was that at the end of the day, when we used to pour all of these beverages back into a bucket, even though that the majority of them are neutral and we have the TYENT, which is alkaline, what we found is that the bucket turned one color, and it always turns red. So even though you have a little bit of acid water, these two here, they are so powerful that what we found was that when you tipped all of these waters away in a bucket, the bucket water turned red, indicating that the whole bucket now became acidic. So we started to have a little play around with it. Now just have a quick look here. I've filled up this other glass here with TYENT water. I'm going to add some more drops into that just to show you that that's still very alkaline. Now just have a quick look. When we take this TYENT water here, just going to give that a little stir so it all goes purple. By adding the alkaline water to the neutral waters, you can see how quickly and easy we can neutralize them. Okay, in fact, we can actually turn those very easily from neutral into alkaline. Now, when you take the 2 acid drinks, the Highland Spring and the Sprite, they don't actually turn that easy. So in fact, if I pour all of this cup into here, you will see that it still doesn't actually turn alkaline. In fact, it fights its way back, keeping that cup full, keeping it acidic. Now, something quite interesting, if we take this small amount of Sprite and just put a few drops of this into each alkaline cup, you can see immediately what happens. It turns them all, just with a few drops, it turns them all back to acidic. Okay, and this is what was quite interesting, because what that actually means is that if you drink a half a litre of this Sprite, it keeps the body in acidity for a long time. Okay, and what we found is that you need to drink 32 times the amount to bring that body back into neutral. So if you drink a half a litre of this, it would mean that you would need to drink 16 litres of alkaline water just to neutralise that beverage. Okay, this is the reason why a lot of people are staying in an acidic state. Okay, now our objective is to educate and to teach the people out there that ideally, if you are going to drink anything, you know, and if it's not alkaline, be drinking normal waters, because the minute you go onto the alkaline, you can really bring your body quite quickly into that alkaline state. But for those that are drinking more acidic, unfortunately, your body will be tending to stay in that very bad acid state.